19 are there. Still some people. Anyway, so good morning, everyone. So, can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, thank you. So, welcome to this online artificial intelligence classes. Obviously, we are in session 43, which talks about various expert systems. And we will continue this expert systems discussion at least for 3 to 4 classes. Yesterday and today class, the emphasis will be on what type of expert systems exists. What are the examples of expert systems? And what are the functionalities of expert systems? If somebody wish to develop an expert system, what should they focus on? What type of inputs they have to take? What type of outputs they are expected? What type of predictions that we have to do? All these things we are learning for the last 2 classes. This class also will follow the same nomenclature. We just try to give more examples on expert system so that you can have the ambience of our inclination towards developing some expert system, or just trying to have a abstract structure of an expert system. So theoretically, what is that we are going to learn in this class and next class is what are the phases of expert system, what is the architecture of expert system. This is what we are going to learn in this 2 or 3 classes. So again, the emphasis of the class is yesterday we are talking about weather prediction, and we also spoke about we have a discussion about stock market variations. And the intention of taking these 2 examples is very simple. When somebody wish to develop an expert system or design an expert system, they need to have some data. The data we call as statistical data, that is a database. So the database is statements which are facts. So the probability is either 1 or 0. So that is what we have discussed. And for people to use your expert system, and for people to rely on your expert system, and people to believe on your expert system and take some decisions, since your expert system every time try to predict the future, what will happen tomorrow, what will happen at 11 o'clock. Do you have rain? Do you, what if you have a rain, what is the, if you have some wind, what is the speed of that wind? If you have a rainfall, how much amount of rainfall will be there? So whatever expert systems you are designing and whatever algorithms that you are learning, what is that they do is they try to predict something. That is what you have seen in the earlier classes also. In A-star algorithm, you are trying to build a heuristic which will talk about the distance between the starting state to current state, plus it will also predict what can be the distance from the current state to the goal state. That is prediction. So the prediction, slowly you have addicted to that prediction. The reason is when you try to implement the tic-tac-toe game in the earlier classes, in the third implementation you talk about a magic square. There you are predicting what can be the next move of the opponent. Based on that, you can also have your own cell that can be shared. So the prediction has started in artificial intelligence with tic-tac-toe game. It has continued with A-star algorithm, and even the prediction and assumptions are also there in when you try to understand constraint satisfaction with send more money, where you are trying to guess the values And if the guessing is wrong, you're going back and changing the value. This is what the expert system nomenclature that was addicted already. So we are seeing some basic understanding of expert systems already. And whatever weather predictions and stock market discussion that I have done yesterday was also done in the first unit. But since the next unit talks about the design of an expert system, the phases of an expert system, the architecture of an expert system, the tools of an expert system, that is the reason again I am taking all these examples so that you can connect these examples with the theory. And my interest of having this PowerPoint is like I said yesterday also, few of our students, you can talk to your seniors, they have developed some apps. We can call it as AI apps because every time based on the inputs that I have taken from the user, they try to predict what type of weather you have in Delhi. And is it better to go from Bhimbaram to Delhi by a train or by taking a flight? What type of mechanism they have to adopt? How to reach Hyderabad, from Hyderabad, how to reach Delhi? So on and so forth. I said yesterday also, when you try to design an app, so when the number of functions increases, the complexity of the app or the system will increase, but the usability of the system also will increase. So this is how we treat, yesterday the discussion has done, and today also we'll go in the same fashion. And the emphasis also, if time permits, we'll also discuss about what are the functions of expert systems. What is the phase? Generally 6 phases are there when you try to design an expert system. There is architecture that everybody should know, like whenever you try to design an interface in expert systems, what type of common interface is there, what type of special interfaces you have, what type of knowledge acquisition you should have. All these things will be the discussion which will come at a later stage. But the emphasis, my interest of taking all these classes is when you try to build an expert system, you have various tools that you can download and can use for use, and you can customize to your problem, where you have 7 different types of tools for 7 different types of architectural components, where what is that you can do is you can take them and you can customize. Somebody wish to build something called as a voice assistant. So voice assistant means it can be Alexa, or it can be Google Home, or it can be Siri, any of this. So you wish to propose a small prototype of voice assistant, you have already inbuilt tools. You wish to design a chatbot, already you have simple tools. Even small talk, you just try to download small talk. Obviously chatbot can be built, basic chatbot can be built by using Smalltalk by 2 to 3 minutes. So the interest of the all the classes, see the classes I have taken is something like this. Last 3 weeks we have concentrated on some problems which are related to an expert system design. Actually that is called as inference mechanism. Indirectly what we have learned is NDA system, AS system, resolution system, semantic tableau. All these are standard systems, but all these systems are standalone systems. With every time the processing is one. Rama is a boy is true, Rama is a girl is false. But every time you will not you cannot have this type of probabilities, like you cannot have 1 and 0 every time. So you need to take some decisions with incomplete or inconsistent data. What is the probability that you have rain at 11 o'clock? I can answer like there is a probability of 60% of raining, and the amount of rainfall is this. And if you still find out your mobiles, smartphones, where they will say at Bhimbaram there is a possibility of rain at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Now precisely they are mentioning the time. So when your expert systems are dealing with something that will happen in future, which can be validated afterwards, So accuracy matters. That's what yesterday I said. When we are discussing
Yes.
something, just a minute. Somebody wish to talk, they can talk. If somebody wish to talk, they can unmute themselves and can talk in between, or I will just continue. So yesterday also have seen when you try to process many dynamic parameters, obviously the usability of the system will increase. When we try to take very few dynamic parameters, what will happen is the accuracy of system may increase, but some point of time the usability will decrease. So obviously that type of discussion that we have done, and we'll go to the first slide talking about CCE systems. Most of the people know about crowd counting systems. Whenever we try to introduce crowd counting systems, you need to understand what is the importance of artificial intelligence in security also. That is the reason if you just see the trend in which this AI is flourishing, you need to understand there is a report called as Gartner where he said the AI boom will be at least for 20 to 25 years. So why I'm just telling is you have BTech in artificial intelligence, you have BTech in artificial intelligence and machine learning, you have BTech in security, and now in our institute also we have BTech in data structure, DS, data science and artificial intelligence. So every time there is a large scope for people who has designed some apps in artificial intelligence. So if you are really interested in developing some systems in Python which is pertaining to artificial intelligence, obviously without completing your BTech also you can earn more than 12 lakhs per annum. Basic systems, but it is your intuition, it is your understanding, it is your belief to believe in yourself. Start basic implementation of some games like tic-tac-toe game or either a chess game or any other game, because if you try to type tic-tac-toe game plus Python, obviously you will have almost 200 different types of implementations with different type of heuristics. You can just download any of the implementation and then just check and modify that. So that is how you start, and we just get into the class now. Like we have something called as a CC system, we call it as a crowd counting system, where most of the time what does your crowd counting systems will do is, what does these systems will do is generally everywhere you go to a public enterprise, whenever you go to a gathering where most of the people are there, you have something called as CCTVs. What does your CC crowd counting systems will do is they will take the video from CCTV, and within 0.07 nanoseconds they will give how many people are in that video, and most importantly they will also give you which it will identify some people with abnormal actions. It's very difficult to do that. So you need to understand this is what the output is, but your interest is what is the input for your crowd counting system. The input for your crowd counting system is a video, and whatever the outputs you are getting, whether it needs to find some people who can damage the infrastructure, or it needs to find people who can, whose actions are abnormal in the context of how he can mollify, or how he can are trending to attack somebody or something. See, some actions are trained. What are the other abnormal actions? It will the crowd counting system or automatic system. That's what important is. That's what very important. Whatever systems we are talking, we say that is a crowd counting systems, are all are automatic monitoring systems. So all these are AI systems. The basic thing you need to understand at this moment is, when we are talking about crowd counting systems, you need to understand the input is a video, and in that video you can have cars, you can have people, you can have some other infrastructure that is kept. But how do you identify those people in that video, and how does the system can give you how much count, how many people are there in that video within these seconds? So when you try to implement this, what type of Python libraries are supporting video processing, and what type of future extraction strategies are needed to extract people from video? Because when you take a video, everything will be there. You could see cars, vehicles, some infrastructure. And what is the difference? How do you identify all the other vehicles or other people from the human beings? How do you count them? What is the guarantee that the count is right? And how do you train the actions of a particular person? And how can you say that these people are having abnormal actions, and at some point of time they can damage the infrastructure or they can attack somebody? So that intention has to be there. You have something called as a deep learning concept, where this deep learning try to process your video, and they try to give the count as well as the abnormal actions based on the way in which you train. So systems which process videos are of greatest concern now, automatically. Like if you remember a few classes earlier, I'm talking about various systems which can address this COVID also. You have many systems which will address COVID issues. Like I have a big enterprise, and I wish to find whether my employees in the enterprise are practicing social distancing norm or not. Again, the same story. The input is a video CC footage, and this system has to identify how many people are practicing the social distance in the terms of how many meters they have to be uh, distanced. Again, all the systems will have the same input. The processing may be different. So you need to understand, video is a collection of images. So social distancing is what a system which process your videos. See, I have a system which was designed in deep learning, which will identify whether the people are wearing masks or not, and it will also tell you if they wear the mask, whether they are wearing it properly or not. So again, the same system, we have example of CC system which process video. That video is processed by this COVID systems, and it will tell you whether they are practicing social distancing or not. So my interest of telling all these things is, once you are able to process video and assume that the video is a collection of some images, we can address all these problems, whether people are practicing social distancing or not, whether people are practicing the masks or not, if they have masks in their, whether the masks are properly kept in their faces. All this can be done. So the emphasis of yesterday class and today class is what type of input that you have to take, and how the output has to be predicted, and what type of parameters are needed to predict at this moment. So this is what I wish to share, tell you about CC systems. We have a standard tools that I will introduce, almost 20 different types of tools, where these tools can be used to process videos to some extent. So based on that, you can try to design some systems. So the next thing we are discussing is about mycin. So mycin is the most important expert system which will assist doctors or which will take inputs as symptoms. Once this mycin, what it will do is it will take something called as, just I will just type something so that you will have more clarity. So mycin is an expert system which is pertaining to health sector, which where the output is very simple, where sometimes it will assist doctors to prescribe medicines without side effects. It will take symptoms and it will try to give the disease associated with that symptoms. And there is a history. If the profiling was done, the interesting part it will also do is it will also predict what type of diseases that may occur if if this type of diseases you are undergoing for the last 1 or 2 years. But interestingly, what is that you need to understand is mycin can now earlier used to interact in the terms of text. Mycin can interact with people with respect to text. Once I say I'm suffering with cough, I'm suffering with running nose, and I have some temperature. If mycin said it is, there is a probability that it is something called as a fever. So obviously, if the record of the data was there pertaining to the particular patient or some person, obviously mycin will also give you the future inference, what can happen in between or what can happen in future. This type of diseases, there is a chance that you are prone to all these diseases. So among all the expert systems, uh, mycin is very important in the context of health informatics. So the interest of taking all these classes is different types of expert systems you are designing or we are discussing. So when you discuss different types of systems, you will get a knowledge on what type of inputs that expert systems are processing. And if you wish to design an expert system, what type of parameters you need to have, whether it is a statistical parameter or a dynamic parameter. If you remember in the earlier classes, I also said mycin also can give you whether there is a chance that there is a cancer in your body or not. Provided if you give the DNA sequence and blood samples and there is a history of that, then it will give what type of cancers, whether it is a bone cancer or a breast cancer or any other cancer that may be attributed at some point of time. So I also said when you take a DNA sequence in the morning, if the neighbors keeps on changing in your body, so the DNA sequence, even the properties are same, but the neighbors keeps on changing. At 8 o'clock, if I took the blood sample, the DNA sequence is something. After some time, within 5 or 6 minutes later, you have the same properties, but the DNA sequencing will change. So why I am telling all these things is you need to deal with the dynamic data which will change with respect to time. In mycin you have 256 plus different types of outputs. More functionalities, you need to train more the system, and this is what it is. It can assist the doctor, it can predict the future. If you say that I am having 6 fingers in the hand, what is the reason for that? If I am suffering with a chronic disease, whether the disease is inherited from your father or mother, so many things can be extracted. So by the time I complete 2 or 3 classes in expert system, you need to understand what is the difference between a normal system and an expert system. Is there any difference, or all these are same? So before getting into 1 or 2 questions, I will get back to I will complete this two and I will get back to the questions, that because there is an interaction that is needed at some point of time. I have observed 80 people are there. By default, I think you are having some CNDS classes, it seems to be. So IBM Watson is a question and answer mechanism where earlier IBM Watson was into health informatics, but now this IBM Watson was into automobile industry. IBM Watson has become your voice assistant. It has also become your practitioner. Practitioner means you give this, that's whatever basic functionalities of Mycin are there, this IBM Watson also can do. So the interesting fact is, you ask a question, it try to answer. You give a voice, it will process. CC systems will process your video, and your Mycin and IBM Watson systems will process your text as well as voice now. See, I say in voice, I have recorded my voice and said that I am suffering with some uh, body pains, and if I say I am suffering with also fever, the IBM Watson will give you what type of diseases that can be attributed, and it will also give the suggestions based on that it can be mitigated. So the interesting fact that I am just trying to have all this 4 in the slide is, if that's what I said, when we started classes in June or in August, in July, the government of India has started e-challan mechanism, where e-challan mechanism is a mechanism that was adopted in NH national highways regarding the speeding of vehicles actually. So it was done as a demonstration where, like, when a vehicle automatically crosses the prescribed speed limit, what it will do is, the CCTV footage, from CCTV footage, what they do is, they will extract the car number. From the car number, they will automatically send a challan. So the interesting fact is, there is a speed gun that was kept in the roads. It will just try to find out what is the amount, what is the speeding of the vehicle at that moment, and this speed gun has to interact with the CCTV footage, and CCTV footage in turn has to convert that into image. From that image, you need to convert, you need to take the car number. From that car number, automatically it has to find the email, and it has to send. Lot of things are there. E-challan mechanism is a mechanism where two systems has to interact. So your system is integrated with automatic speed gun, where the speed gun will automatically fires whenever the vehicle crosses with the speed limit more than what actually it was designated. So obviously this will take a picture, or it will take a video. From that video, you will get the images. From the image, you will get that car number. From that car number, you have to find the corresponding email and you have to send. So e-challan mechanism is the most important application at this moment. So what does your e-challan mechanism is doing is, your speed gun will be there. Speed gun is augmented to your deep learning system. So once the augmentation happens, what will happen is, these two will communicate. Whenever a vehicle crosses the amount of speed, or the threshold of the speed that has to be designated by the system, then what it will do is, it will take the footage, From this footage, you need to extract an image. From this image, you need to extract a text which contains the car number. Once the car number was found, it has to send an automatic email to the corresponding owner. So this ECLR mechanism is very important mechanism as per as some of the applications of AI concerned, in particularly these expert systems are concerned. So you need to understand, when your Google try to give you the shortest path between Bhimbaram and Delhi, lot of systems like it will try to find out accommodating various sensors. A sensor which talks about the traffic, a sensor which deals with the road conditions, and many other. The same thing here, you have a speed gun which senses the amount of speed at that moment. If it crosses, obviously it will ignite the system and it will take a footage, and the video has to be converted into image, and then you have to get this text. So this is all about all these four systems will process. The first two systems will process video, the next two systems will process the ECLR system will process both the speed and also the video. IBM Watson will process your text as well as voice. So we'll just try to answer these queries in the next slide. So now it has been almost 30 minutes now. Somebody has to unmute yourself and tell what exactly the technique that was used in ECLR mechanism. Can somebody just type here, like what is the technique that was used in ECLR mechanism? Just the interaction is needed. Just somebody try to answer the query just by typing something was in your chat box. Is it a deep learning technique that was used? Or what is the input for ECLR mechanism? Can somebody just try to unmute and just answer? Somebody mute or answer the chat box at least. Is the input is audio or a video, or input also can be speed of the car? Somebody just tell me, video, what you said is right. Can the input is also speed? You have a speed gun that was installed so that it will monitor the speed. Yes, so obviously the answer is right. What is the technique that was used for ECLR mechanism? The general technique that was used is a deep learning technique, where this deep learning technique, deep learning mechanism has to process video as well as at that moment. Both of them has to communicate, and it has to trigger whenever the car exceeds the speed or stipulated speed. But when it fights, it has to take the video and convert the video into images, convert the image into text, and try to send the email to the corresponding owner, which is very important. So it's at that moment, at this moment. So what are the functionalities of IBM Watson? IBM Watson, I said it was into many sectors now. IBM Watson can be used as a voice. Watson was used to used in your automobile industry, where what type of fitting can be done, what type of machine suits this body, and what is the size of that machine, and what is the particular with the entire automobile, so that it move from one state to the state. Apart from that, IBM Watson was also into health informatics. So if you Based on that, you can just try to have that. Still, somebody wish to answer, they can answer. Okay. So the functionalities of IBM Watson depends upon the way in which you use. When it is a in the design, it has a different functionalities. It depends upon where exactly it was used. So we will go to the other expert systems. The trending voice assistants are Siri. Siri is from Apple. You know this actually. Alexa is from Amazon. And the next one is Google Home is also can be called as a voice assistant. So many voice assistants are there, but the trending voice assistants are Siri, Alexa, and Google Home, and we can say Google Assistant or Google Home is better name. So my interest is somebody wish to develop an app or a system pertaining to artificial intelligence. The first requirement is it has to process text, and then it is mandatory that that system also should process voice. And now many systems, they are also processing videos. That is the reason most of the people are using this voice assistants. See, voice assistants functionalities depends upon. See, I asked Alexa to play a song in Tamil. Alexa can play, but sometimes what will happen when I ask the same question for Google Home, it is not able to play the songs for various reasons. But if I ask Alexa, where is my phone, it is not able to ring my phone or find my phone. But the Google Home has found the phone. It depends, like where exactly you need to use. If you wish to have the strong search features of Google, people will use this Google Home. I need a local customization, then the people will go for the Siri and Alexa. It depends upon that. My interest of keeping this voice assistant in this phase is you try to develop a basic system in artificial intelligence. That basic system has to process, must process voice also, not only the text. It has to process voice. And now the systems like Mycin and your IBM Watson, they're also processing videos. So the user interaction has become a vital point for AI, and the user's interaction mostly is of voice now rather than text. And now the earlier systems which are processing the text, they are converted into voice. Now the voice systems which process the voice, they are converting into video also. So the flexibility, how many people will use this Alexa and Google Home and Siri? Every day you can see the trends in Google. Every day it is getting increased. The reason is the people wish to have. See, I wish to search something, Alexa can do. I wish to have an alarm, Alexa can do. I wish to play something for my kids, Alexa can do. So obviously everything is now happening with respect now to develop text. You website, how can I open an account? It will give. But now the chatbots, now people are designing chatbots which can process voice with various functionalities now. So the voice assistants outputs, most of the people know what is the input also we have discussed. And then we need to discuss something about crop disease prediction, which is very important. And I need all the other people also to join this class, because crop disease prediction and recommendation systems are the last two expert systems that are going to discuss. Then we go to the other part of expert systems, which talks about how do you design an expert systems, what are the phases of an expert systems, what is the architecture of expert systems, what are the tools of expert systems. This is what we are going to do in the later classes. So I have completed till this voice assistance. I will stop here, because the crop disease prediction is the most important expert system that we have, and then recommendation systems. So we will discuss this later. Before that, if you wish to answer these queries, you can answer, because this is what we have done. What technique is used in voice processing systems? In general, voice we use deep learning. In deep learning, we try to use CNN most of the time. Is Google Map is a recommendation system that we can understand only when I complete this recommendation system. Now Google Map is turning to be a recommendation system. So the next class, what is that we're trying to do is we're trying to cover these two expert systems, and then try to find the phases of expert systems. What are the phases, and what are the corresponding tools in these phases. So what is that? My request is just I'm just pasting the quiz here in your chat box. Please fill this, and then you can join in the other class. Before that, I will just take the attendance here. Please complete the quiz. It will take, or it will consume 1 or 2 minutes, not more than that. Then you can join in the next class. If you have any doubts, please unmute yourself, or you can interact via chat box, or you can just WhatsApp me, so that I will just get back to your doubts.